Hey folks, this is Kalani. We're back on the patch 7.3 PTR and we're going to be looking at the new relic upgrade feature being added in with Argus, the Netherlight Crucible. From what little I've glimpsed of the system, it's basically another talent tree, but it has one interesting little twist. There are light talents and shadow talents, and I have a feeling you might be left choosing between the two paths. Honestly, we don't have a great deal of information to go on, so we're not sure if we can fill out the entire relic tree, or how many points we need to put into each talent, but I can guide you through what we've figured out so far. So to unlock the Netherlight Crucible, you'll have to go through all the quests on Argus for the first two areas, Kroken and Macquarie. There's 3 areas total in Argus, so you basically have to quest through 2/3 of patch 7.3. Right now, there's no time gating of any kind for any of the quests in Argus, so you should be able to go through them at your leisure and unlock the Crucible whenever you find the time to get both quest areas done. Right now, it would take maybe 1 to 2 hours of questing if you were pretty quick, but obviously it could take longer if you happen to quest a little slower than others. The Crucible is powered by a source of light and a source of shadow. I'm not going to tell you where they come from, for spoilers' sake, but it's a pretty cool story and it's going to look awesome when all the cinematics are in place. When you unlock the Crucible, you can interact with it and unlock a talent tree for each of your 3 relic slots. These trees have 9 talents total. The first talent, Netherlight Fortification, increases the item level of your artifact weapon by 5 and has 3 points in it total. It seems as though this first talent is actually shared among your 3 relic slots, so when you attune all 3 relic slots and unlock all 3 talent trees, the first talent there should be 3 of 3 and then you can start progressing down the other talents. It does appear to be like the artifact weapon traits in that you have to completely unlock a talent or trait before the tree will allow you to progress further. Now notice that each of the trees seems to be tied to the relic slot, not the relic itself. That means if you get a new relic, you should be able to just pop it in without worrying about what's going on in the Netherlight Crucible. So the second tier of relic trees have a light talent and a shadow talent. These do a variety of things between relic slots and even artifact weapons, so a marksmanship hunter will have different talents from a survival hunter, which will have different talents from warriors, etc, etc. Holy talents can deal extra damage when you deal damage, or extra healing when you heal, increase your haste and movement speed, or provide a stacking heal over time. The shadow talents can deal extra damage and heal whenever you deal damage, increase your versatility whenever Concordance of Legionfall is active, or apply a debuff which explodes after a short duration. There's quite a few more that I didn't mention, and I'll provide a link to Wowhead with a full list of light and shadow talents for you to have a look at if you're curious. Now the last tier is a little less exciting, but potentially still quite powerful. Each of the relics has 3 of your minor traits, the ones which you can put up to 4 points in, and this system is seemingly giving you the option of adding in yet more points to those traits. In your base artifact tree, which doesn't include the 4 new traits from 7.2, you have 9 minor traits total, and they're all covered across your 3 relic slots. For the most part, they seem pretty spread out in terms of damage traits have been mixed in with utility traits, but we don't know if we can unlock every single talent in this tree, or if we're stuck to choosing just one path. We might be able to get an extra point in every single minor trait, or we might have to pick our best 3. That's going to be a little unfortunate if your best 3 traits are all in one relic tree, but again we'll have to see. It does make sense that you'd only be able to pick either light or shadow for each relic slot. I don't see any reason to really separate the two otherwise. At this point, you're probably curious about how we get points in the Netherlight Crucible so you can actually unlock these new talent trees. Well, it's all tied to your artifact power and how many artifact traits you have unlocked. If you want to look at it in a simpler way, the Netherlight Crucible only seems to unlock when you have Concordance of Legionfall. That's 52 traits, and that provides 1 point. That means that this system is actually tied to how many points of Concordance you have. From what I can gather, it looks like every 3 points that you have into Concordance of Legionfall will give you 1 more point to play around with in the Netherlight Crucible. This copy is a little old, so I only have 55 traits, 3 extra in Concordance, and I have 2 points to play with. I know at 58 you'd get 3 points to play with, so every 3 points into Concordance seems to be about right. Obviously, this is PTR, so everything is subject to change, and it might end up being tied to something completely different, because linking the system to your artifact traits just brings the artifact power grind straight back to the forefront of gameplay in Legion, and makes Concordance incredibly important. So that's how most of the system works, but I know you've been staring at that orange square in the top right hand corner of the interface. The truth is we don't know what it's for, but there are a few theories floating around. The first is that it relates to the new legendary ring, the insignia of the Grand Army, which increases the effects of light and shadow powers granted by the Netherlight Crucible. That's obviously referring to the second row of talents for each relic slot, so maybe if you have the legendary ring equipped, it will show up in that orange square and change the values on each talent to reflect the bonus effects from the ring. Just so you know, the ring is actually doing its job. The other popular theory is that it's a fourth super special relic slot. Maybe we'll obtain something else to permanently empower our weapon as we struggle through the harsh environments of Argus. Or maybe it's a special reward for helping the Grand Army take down all those Legion bad guys. Honestly, I kinda doubt we'll be getting a fourth relic slot in any shape or form, but it would be a nice surprise. My money is definitely on the legendary ring connection. I can't really think of anything else that fits. So that's all we've got for now on the Netherlight Crucible. If anything else comes to light, or we get any specific information regarding how the other bits and pieces of it work, I'll be sure to keep you all updated. But that's it for this video. If you have any questions or queries, please leave them in the comments section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Or hop on over to Discord. We have a server at discord.gg/Kalani. Great place to come ask questions or just hang out. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.